Hey, it's Lala Flower Girl here. Welcome back to another Islands video. So in today's video I'm going to show you a few items that you're going to need to prepare for the next update, which we are all assuming is going to be a mining update with the hints that the devs have given us. So there are a few things that we are going to need to help us get through that, if they don't help, then at least they're going to give you some skill levels. So yeah, we'll go with that, shall we? Alright, so before I do, if you could like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Okay, so we're going to start with some of the foods that we're going to need for either XP or mining or speed or those kinds of boosts, because they will be the most helpful. And I'm going to show you what each one is going to need to make it as well. Alright, so we're going to start off with our jam sandwich, because that one will give us our skill experience, which it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you haven't got that skill to 100, you should be using it, because it's definitely worth it, because it lasts for 15 minutes. So if you go in and you'll see my mining skill is 75, so I need to use that boost. So that's going to be awesome to have that. So I'll use that when I'm out there mining whatever, and hopefully it will give experience. If not, well, you don't have to use it. You can use it for other things. I'm not sure if what we're going to be doing is going to give us XP. I assume it will, because you know previous events like fishing and that have always given XP. So we will go with that. And just assume that it will. Okay, so there are a couple of foods that are going to help with our mining: the deviled eggs and the lemon puff. Now they're going to help you with your mining drop and your mining rewards. So the rewards are things like the crystallized iron and crystallized gold, and the drop yield is like the amount of ore that actually drops from each one. And the other food you're going to need is tomato soup, because this is going to make your break speed faster. So it's not going to change the amount of hits you do, but it's just going to make you swing your axe a little bit harder or faster. Alright, and the other two foods are going to be potato and duck egg scramble and sweet rice dessert. Alright, so I'm going to show you what you're going to need to make those. So we're going to look at the jam sandwich first. So you're going to need to have level 55 cooking to make it, and level 45 to make the jam. So, and you're going to need level 35 to do grapes, and to make the trellis you're going to need level 8 wood cutting. So there are a few things that you're going to need to do if you want to make them yourself, and a lot of people will have been at these levels just as they're playing the game anyway. So we'll need to have some kind of grape system set up, so you don't have to have it auto like this. You can just have a few trellises and you can just manually pick them. Alright, so but I've got this here, like, because grapes are an awesome way of gaining XP for cooking, because you can make your grape jam fairly easy. So then you go into your cooking table and you'll see here you've got the grape jam, so you can make as many of those as you can. And then with the jam sandwich, you're going to need to make bread and use the grape jam. You're going to need 8 bread and 4 grape jam to make sandwiches. And so you can just set up bread like this. So this is a bread farm with bread and dough. So I've got some coming through here to the oven to make the bread. So that's coming out as bread for me. So I can do that. So that's a fairly easy one to do. Or you can just put dough into a small furnace. You can just chuck it in there, and that will also be an easy way. Bread's quite quick at cooking. Alright, so going on to the deviled eggs. The deviled eggs you're going to need level 20 in cooking, and for the eggs and the mayonnaise, which is what you're going to need, you're going to need to have animal care 12 for the chickens and animal care 18 for the churner, which is this here. This is the churner here. So you're going to need to be able to make this one. So, and in the deviled eggs you're going to need 4 eggs and 4 mayonnaise jars. So that's quite an expensive thing in time. It's time consuming because you've got to wait for your chickens to lay the eggs and then put the eggs into the mayonnaise churner. So you put the eggs in there and it comes out as mayonnaise, and then you can make those. So to go on to the tomato soup, so for tomato soup you're going to need level 36 cooking, level 5 farming to get the tomatoes to make the sauce. You need level 31 farming to get onions, and you'll need to have a cow to get milk. So you'll need to have buckets to get your milk or an industrial milker. So then you go in here and you'll see that to make the tomato soup we're going to need tomato sauce and onions and milk. So you need 8 sauce, 4 onions and 1 milk bucket to make that one. Alright, so going on and to the lemon puff. So this one you're going to need level 62 cooking, and that's going to need also level 5 animal care because you need to make a honey press to make the honey, and to make the press you're going to need level 8 wood cutting because you need to get to birch. So this is what your press looks like over here. These are the honey press. So you look and you put honeycomb that you collect from your bees in there, and you collect your honey. Okay, so you're going to need that, and you're also going to need lemons. So I've just set up this here, so it's just like most people will probably get a lemon tree on their island. They seem to be the most common, but if not, go out to a shop and buy one because I'm sure that there are plenty. Well, there are some out there somewhere. I'm sure you'll find them. Alright, so to make the lemon puff, they're going to go in here, and you will need your 4 bread, 12 jars of honey and 4 lemons. So the honey is quite expensive really because of the amount of time and steps that it takes to get that done, because you've got to go to your bees, collect your honeycomb, make your honey press and load it up and collect it. So it does take a little bit of time. There's a few steps involved, but yeah, it's worth it, I guess. For hopefully it'll help with this update. Now at the very least, all these things that you're doing is gaining XP for your skills. So while you're making all of these foods, use your jam sandwich and use I think it's the Tainagiri, I think that's what it's called, this one here, Tainagiri. It gives you 10% more output when crafting food, so you'll get more foods for what you're crafting as well, so you can do that. So there are a lot of different foods and boosts that you can use for your XP and your outputs and everything. So it's just a matter of taking notice of what they all do and experimenting with them as well. Alright, so then we're going to go on to these speed boost ones. So these are potato duck egg scramble and sweet rice dessert. So for those you're going to need to be able to get ducks. So ducks are at farming, no, animal care, that's where they are, and I think they're quite high. I think they're up in the 40s somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, level 40 will give you your duck eggs. Alright, so you know, that's what you need to start getting to them. So those ones will take where are they? Down here. Here we go. So the potato and duck egg scramble, you're going to need scrambled duck eggs and a baked potato. And to get scrambled eggs, you're going to need poached eggs. And to get poached eggs, you put eggs into a small furnace. So you can just put them in there and that will make into poached eggs. So then that's how you get those. And then once you got those, then you can do this. And then for this one, you're also going to need baked potatoes. And again, put potatoes into a small furnace, and that's how you'll get baked potatoes. You can put potatoes through an oven. So I could put potatoes into an oven if you wish. So you could set that up with Potato Farm and have it going through and making baked potatoes automatically if you wish. So that is that one. And what's this one? Sweet rice dessert. So this one is going to need a pineapple slice, 1 rice and 1 yak butter. So to do pineapples, you obviously need pineapples. To slice them, you'll need a cutting table to make pineapple slices. For rice, you're going to need a pond planter and rice, and be able to get those in farming. So let's have a quick look at what the farming level would be for rice. It would be down here. Pineapple, you need to be level 37 to buy those seeds, so unless you get them from a shop or from a friend. And 39 for rice. Okay, so you'll be able to get those then. And to make the yak butter, you're going to need to have a churner and put yak milk into the churner to get the yak butter. And to get yaks, you're going to need to be a animal care. They're down here, so you need to level up your animal care to 49, unless you can get someone to buy one for you. Then that's what you'll need for that. And they will also drop into a industrial milker, or you can use a bucket to milk them. Alright, so that is about covers the food stuff that you're going to possibly need. And at the very least, you're going to be leveling up skills by concentrating on these certain things. It kind of will help your skill levels to get to where you need to go. So to get up to levels, just cook whatever it is you can as you're going, and go down and find the highest thing that you can cook, and then cook that, and then you'll level up. But yeah, grape jam is an awesome one to level up. So if you've got lots of grapes, that'll do it. Alright, the other thing I wanted to talk about was these tools. So the Voidmatic, if you've got that, then that's great. If you've got Greg's hammer, you can actually use it. You can actually use it out in public servers. I've been out, I went out to Bufflecorn, I was breaking slate and gold and everything just to test to see whether it worked and see what level it's at. So it's at the same level as the Voidmatic, so I can hit the slate. I think it takes 6 hits with the Voidmatic, and with the Greg's hammer it's 6 hits as well. But remembering that I'm only 75 mining, so I'm not quite maxed out with mining yet, so that'll probably be, might be less for some people, but they do hit the same on the node, so you can use either one of those. So on mobile, it's really easy to drop tools, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I think that if you're out with your Voidmatic, that isn't the drop button is really close down here, so that if you're running around and you're trying to get to things, trying to race around, is it possible to drop things easily? Because if it is, and you don't want to lose your Voidmatic, use your Greg's hammer. You can't drop it. You can try, but you can't drop it. See, you can't drop that at all. So that one cannot be dropped, but it hits the same as the Voidmatic. So if you have that and you're on mobile or you're scared of dropping it, just use that one. That will actually stop you from losing any tools. Alright, that's about all I have on this. Hopefully that's been helpful and not too confusing or overwhelming. Yeah, just get out there and try and make some of these foods, or if not, buy them. I know that Mrs. Rabbit does sell some food, and there are a few other shops that I've seen that sell food that I can't actually think of what they call their shop at the moment. Be aware they probably will be more expensive this week, because shop owners are pretty clever and they can work out that this is what people are going to be after. And also, if you want some other ideas or want to watch another video about this, then go over and see TH Plays and sub to him, because he's done a quick little video on this subject as well. Alright, that's all for now, so thanks for watching and I will see you next time.